I'm sick and tired of my boyfriend's entitled girl best friend. I have been dating my boyfriend for 5 years now. His girl best friend Sarah and him are super close, too close for my liking. She has always been very vocal about how much she loves him, has had a crush on him in the past, slept with him in high school once, how she knows him so well, how she is like his sister and so on. They only see each other about 3 times a week, so she has been to our house a good bit. Once, Sarah was at my house. I started bawling about the fact I had been roped in my life. The trauma that it put me through, the fact that I never got justice for it, and on top of the fact that the man who did it still lives in our small town and I run into him from time to time gives me panic attacks sometimes. I decided to trust her and open up, big mistake. I told her everything. She knew the guy and she acted so compassionate and kind in front of me. Then one day we were having some dinner as a group. It was my boyfriend, Sarah and other people I didn't know. Sarah asked my boyfriend what he was planning to do after uni. He said he wasn't sure. I asked him why not a master's degree? This is where Sarah chimed in, God stop pressuring him. He's worked so hard all his life, give him a goddamn break and let him decide what to do, she said it in such an aggressive tone. Mind you, I was just suggesting. I've never told my boyfriend he had to do something. He grabbed my hand and squeezed it, telling me it was all right and that he didn't think I was forcing him to do something. Then Sarah asked what his future plans were for housing. I mentioned my family has a house in the southern part of the country and that we were planning on moving there in the future. I kid you not, these were her exact words. Hell no. He isn't moving to the south. He's staying here. And he better not go farther away than the closest city. I was a bit annoyed. Why was it when I recommended doing a master's I was forcing him to do something, yet she was prohibiting him from moving? Yet I was the controlling one? Sarah then started talking about ex-boyfriends, and said she didn't mind if any of her friends got with her exes. I mentioned something to her like, I'd warn the girl first. I don't want anyone to suffer what I suffered. Sarah blew up. She was red in the face. These were her words, how effing dare you throw yourself in the middle of a relationship? Are you that possessive that you can't let your little ex be happy? So what? Many girls get taken advantage of. Stop playing the victim card. You're not over your ex and I can tell. You cried about him the other day. You're hurting your boyfriend by not telling him the truth. She was accusing me of all these things. And then the cherry on top. Your boyfriend hasn't been the same since you two are together. He's so quiet. He hasn't talked to me all day. You two keep showing affection in front of us all the effing time. I've effed him and I know him so well. You're no good for him. She was annoyed at us holding hands and hugging each other in front of her. I started crying over her tone and her accusations. And then she said something that made me bawl even harder. I'm so sure you lied about your rope. If it were actually true, you would have gone to the police. What did he do to you exactly? I blew up and told her in detail what he did to me in front of others. I was so embarrassed when I realized I told a bunch of strangers something so personal. Her response, you're such a effing manipulator. Remember when I met you were crying over your weight? Sarah kept throwing things that made no sense. Anything she could, she was throwing it into my face. She has an ed, and she threw my own self-esteem issues into my face. Throughout the whole conversation, my boyfriend didn't say a single thing.